Alright, so BBIG stock was down 8% today, up slightly in after hours, rallying from lows of 250 this morning. It was actually a very nice relief rally. Now, what exactly is a relief rally? This is essentially when there's a lot of shorting going on. Stock gets to a point where it's just oversold. It's gone down too quickly, too fast, and it recovers. It gets a nice little correction. So that's what we're definitely seeing today, market wide, right? This isn't alone for BBIG stock. Market wide, the whole market was just getting absolutely sold to death. So this relief rally that we are seeing right now was definitely to be expected, especially with Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve speaking this week. There's no real reason to be in a short position while Jay Powell is there to print the money printer and pump the market. And so that's essentially what happened, right? They're covering in front of the Fed just in case the Fed flips to being more bullish. So drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and let's just get right into it. All right, so first things first, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Moomoo. So Moomoo has an amazing stock brokerage. You can find the links to sign up for it in the description and comment section below. You can open an account, you get one free stock up to $3,500. You deposit at least $1, you get another free stock valued up to $3,500. So you deposit $1 on their platform, you get up to $7,000 in free stock. Deposit $2,000, get up to $3,500 for 3 free stocks. So if you deposit $2,000, that's up to like $17,000 potentially. You can potentially hit the lotto right there, especially in this uncertain market. I mean, that's not a bad deal right there. Also, if you deposit $100, you get a free share of AMC on top of that. So the more, the merrier. But honestly, I think the best deal right here is all you have to do is deposit $1, get up to $7,000 in free stock. You might as well do that. But yeah, links are below in the description or pinned comment section to sign up for Moomoo. So check that out. So just looking here at the hourly chart, we're still getting declining volume, only 43 million in volume, even though we did rally in the afternoon today. This was obviously likely due to the short covering that is involved market wide. This is not specific to BBIG. Now what's it gonna do? Is it gonna blast off from here, or is it gonna go back to 220 down here? It's hard to tell you guys for sure, but the whales are still pretty bearish. So I think the most likely scenario is that it probably does trend back down and then it finds support down here, and then we could look more macro at what is going on after that. Looking at the options chain, there's not too much. There's a decent amount of open interest out of the money here on January 28th, but a majority of the gamma actually did expire on January 21st, so last Friday. So overall, we should not be expecting the same volatility that we were seeing in the previous 2 weeks. But we also have February 18th to look forward, which is the next monthly expiration. There's a decent amount of open interest out of the money here, and it may potentially be building up as well. And on April 14th, so April 14th, we have another great expiration right here. 32,000 at 5, 36,000 at the 6. We probably will get another rally by April 14th right there. The technicals are still looking pretty solid. The weekly shows that we could potentially move up from this point. However, it is getting a slight VWAP crossover because of that extreme sell-off that we saw, potentially meaning we could do a red dot here and stall out a little bit longer. But that would also mean that the weekly remains super oversold, and the previous times we've gotten this green dot on the weekly, it has led to a multi-week rally in BBIG. So I don't think that is necessarily off the table, right? It's just going to be super volatile. We also got some divergence here in terms of the momentum wave. So we got a small blue wave, big blue wave right here. So that's not a huge short sell signal. And this is on the daily candlestick. So right here, big blue wave, smaller blue wave, even smaller blue wave. Now we're getting divergence where the blue wave to the upside is a lot larger. Also, there was some bullish divergence here on the minus blue waves. minus blue wave. So there's divergence here on the downside as well. So again, that potentially means that it might not be months and months and months of pain in BBIG stock. Looking at the 4-hour chart, BBIG did print that green dot on the downside with green money flow, which is a pretty solid sign. But we've seen in the past that these green dots can really mean anything. So I'm not really just taking that green dot at face value as a solid buy signal, but you can definitely see that it is at least a good time to close a short. So if you went short right here or right here, right now it would probably be that decent time, because there is that chance that momentum does move back to the upside. We also saw many buy signals right here on the hourly chart as well. So again, this could mean that we get a nice little extension of this relief rally. BBIG is now a threshold security, meaning that there's tons and tons of failure to delivers. If you don't understand failure to delivers, essentially what happens is you buy this stock because you like the stock while it's rallying up. The market maker can't find the stock, so he just gives you an IOU. Now, when the stock price is cheaper, the market maker buys it back and delivers it to you. So failure to delivers are one of the ways market makers do, in fact, slow down the momentum here when it is rallying to the upside. So that could be a big reason why BBIG is now on this list. It was pretty expected for it to be on this list. Every time we've seen a rally in the past, BBIG ends up back on the threshold list. The Ortex data is pretty similar. There was an influx of returned shares as of today. That means on Thursday or the day before 121, we did see a decent amount of returned shares right here. Now keep in mind, guys, under high volume like we've been seeing, a decent amount of short covering, like 3 million shares, isn't even a chunk of the total volume for today. Even today we had about 43 million. So it really shouldn't affect the price of the stock. I guess 4 million shares, but it really shouldn't affect the stock price too much. It could be a little blip, especially if they do it at market open when there's usually a ton of volume. It usually doesn't make a huge effect on the stock price. It's number 14 now, so moving down on that Fintel list, it has about 0 shares available to be shorted. They're still probably shorting it. Fintel did move up their cost to borrow as well. And the short volume ratio as of Friday actually did go down just a little bit. The flow today was a majority bearish. There was some call sweeps going into close, as you guys can see right here. About 20 minutes before market close, there was 28,000 in premium. So that was the biggest option trade of the day right there, buying of a call. So that's pretty bullish. That's expiring in March. But overall, it was still 70% bearish. So the outlook is probably pretty bearish, considering just that's what the whales are doing. Now you can also see that of the whale puts that were placed today, only 3 of them were selling. So whales that have puts on this stock, most of them are probably most likely still holding these puts. Only 3 different players actually sold their puts, and more people ended up buying the puts. So it's still pretty bearish. There's no real proof that put holders have actually covered their puts. Even though the stock price is down, most of those put holders are in the money. We also set another low today in terms of call option volume, and we did peak out over here on 118. And the theory does hold true, guys. When there is a spike up in call volume on BBIG, it's a decent time to be selling, right? So pay attention to this maybe in April or the next time that BBIG does rally. So there's still pretty positive gamma exposure at $3 and above for BBIG, but most of its gamma did expire last Friday, so the moves overall are going to be a lot less volatile. So that's about it for BBIG, my friends. That's my update. The short-term outlook probably is not looking the best, but in the future, we should be due for more rallies like this. And if you follow me on my channel, I will try my hardest, no promises, but to call them out when you can, in fact, make money. Also, there's still the potential for the Tyde news. Guys, I mean, everyone's blaming management sucks, blah blah, but they can hit you out of nowhere, and that could send the stock price up as well. So we don't know what's going to be happening with that, but I do assume that there's probably going to be a whale that tips us in the right direction when that does happen. So I'm obviously going to be paying close attention to the flow for that as well. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content. Also, join me on my live stream each and every single morning. Hit that post notification button so you know when exactly I do go live. Anyways, that's about it, guys. If you wanted to sign up for Moomoo, you get that free share of AMC, and all you have to do is deposit $1. You get up to $7,000 in free stock. No brainer, in my opinion. Check it out. Links are below in the description or pinned comment section. Anyways, that's about it. See ya!